On CBC Stage, a play by Ron Chudley, Dream House. From CBC, Toronto, Ron Chudley's play, Dream House, with an original musical score composed and conducted by Lucio Agostini, with production and direction by Peter Duncan. Dream House.
Darling, are you all right?
Oh, yeah. Just squashed my foot. Oh, it's okay, honey. I've got another one.
I told you that you shouldn't lift that heavy chair all by yourself.
Well, someone's got to do it. Anyway, that's the last of the heavy stuff, except the table.
Well, the delivery man can carry that in themselves when they bring it tomorrow. We're going to eat off packing cases tonight.
Well, I don't care so long as we do it soon. I'm completely starved.
Oh, darling, I'm afraid it's going to be beer and hamburgers tonight.
Oh, paradise. Oh, is the beer in the fridge?
Naturally. The first thing I did when we started unpacking. I knew if I didn't that I'd get beaten.
Glad to see you have a decent fear of your husband. Well, now, hey, give me a hand over here, will you?
Yeah.
If we slide the settee into the corner for now, at least we'll have room to move around a bit.
All right.
Now, watch out. You don't have to lift your end.
Well, I can manage
You
it.
watch it. Don't go ruining yourself for children. Just slide it in. There. Oh.
John, are you all right?
Ah, sure, honey. Behinds are made for falling on.
You're the one that's going to be ruined.
Oh,
Come on, old man. I'll help you.
Oh, I can manage, honey.
Yes.
There.
Darling, just smell that air.
Oh. Beautiful. Sweet enough to make a man forget a battered behind.
And all those trees and green things and birds and
Oh,
squirrels.
don't forget about me.
Oh, Johnny, I still can't believe it. We actually bought this house. My house. The one place in the world that I've always wanted.
Here. I'll buy wonderful things every day if you'll promise to kiss me like that.
Well, I love you, you big ape. John.
What?
You aren't still worried about the mortgage, are you?
Oh, no. We'll manage. We'll be just fine. No, I mean that, honey. I love this house, too, and I'm glad we bought it.
Oh, I'm so happy. Not just because we're living in my silly dream house, but this is the sort of place where you can really be a person, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Not like that stuffy apartment with its no dogs and no children. Ugh. We can have all the animals we want, and it's a beautiful place for babies. What's that?
What's what?
Shh. Yes. Feel it. Yes.
What are you talking about?
It's shaking. The house. The house is shaking.
Yeah, so it is.
The china cabinet, John. Look, it's shaking.
An earthquake.
No, it isn't. At least I don't think it is. It's a train coming.
Well, I'll be damned. Close the window.
That's better.
Yeah, I thought I was going to lose my hearing for a minute there.
That is so loud. I don't remember it being this loud when the agent showed me through.
Probably a bigger train. We'll get used to them.
Well, I hope so.
Anyway, there aren't many. That's a kind of a noisy neighbor.
You're right. We'll get used to them. Do you know, I didn't know what was happening before. Now, isn't that funny? The ground shaking like that before you can even hear the trains?
Well, I guess it must have to do with the kind of rock that's under here. carries vibrations or something.
Oh, John, dear, I hope all that shaking isn't going to hurt the house.
Doubt it. After all, we know that this house was an original railroad cottage.
Oh, yeah.
Been here over 100 years. If it was going to fall down, I reckon it would have done it by now.
Oh, I'm just being silly. It's just that I'd hate to see our house collapse the day after we bought it, that's all.
Well, I'm going out to get the hamburgers. I'm famished. What do you want on yours?
Oh, everything. And get some French fries. I'll have a beer for you when you get back. Stop that. Go away. Go away. Stop that.
Wilma, honey, wake up.
No, go away. No.
Wake up, honey. Honey, no, it's just a dream. Come on, darling, wake up now.
What is it? What's happening?
Nothing, sweetheart. You know, you were just having a bad dream, that's all.
A dream. Oh, yes.
You know, a train passed by, and I guess the noise disturbed you.
Oh, yes. Train.
We'll soon get used to them.
Yes.
Oh, there you are. It's all over now. Go on, honey, now. Go back to sleep.
All right. Sleep.
The same, my darling, the same. Darling. Have a good day? Hey.
You like it?
Wow. You've been at it like a beaver. You even got the rug down. Listen, you know, you should be careful. One thing I don't want or need is a wife with a broken back.
Well, that's the marvelous thing. Do you want a beer?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Honey, what were you talking about?
Well, when the moving man brought the table, I gave them some coffee. And while they were drinking, I just sort of got around to talking about the rug and how I was dying to get it down, that I couldn't lift it myself.
Uh-huh.
I can't remember whether I said that you were a cripple or not. Anyway, by that point, they couldn't not very well help me, could they? Here's your beer.
Ah, thanks. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Wily Wilma, they should call you. No, I'm not complaining, mine. I wasn't looking forward to having to lug that carpet. Gee, what a difference.
Beginning to look lived in already.
Mm-hmm.
And see, the table just fits in that corner as if it was made for it.
You're right.
Oh, Johnny, when we get it all fixed up, it's going to be beautiful.
Just like you are here. You know, you sound as if you've had a great day.
I have. The only thing missing was you. You know, I can't believe still that I'm actually living in this house. My house, at last.
I love you.
Oh, say, watch the beer. You're going to spill it all down my back.
You know, what's a beery back between friends? That's good. You know, it was pretty hot down in town. But, you know, even in the rush, it only took me 5 minutes more to drive back here than it used to get to the old apartment.
Oh, that's good. Give me some of that beer. That is good.
Well, why don't you get your own beer, huh?
Because stealing yours is always better. You know, Johnny, it's funny. But all day while I've been unpacking, the oddest thing has been going through my head.
You know, you haven't been worrying about those trains.
No, I don't care much about them. We'll get used to the trains.
Mm-hmm.
No, this is something, it's something different. It's not bad, it's just funny.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Well, all day, as I've been working, sort of sorting out the house, thinking about all sorts of things,
Mm-hmm.
every now and then, for no reason, the ideas kept popping into my head that
What, for heaven's sake?
I've lived here before.
Come again?
Well, I know it's silly. I know I haven't, but that's not the point. What I keep feeling is how can I describe it? It's kind of,
Mental aberration?
No, listen. What I'm trying to say is that I've been getting this feeling of extraordinary familiarity, as if I had lived here for years and years. I'm serious, John.
All right.
It's not unpleasant. In fact, it's quite the opposite, but it is strange.
Yeah, it must be. I think I've got an idea what may be at the back of it.
What?
Well, when you were a kid, you always wanted to live here, right?
Yes. Used to pass it nearly every day. Used to think how beautiful it was and how wonderful it would be if it was mine.
Exactly. And you even had a fantasy, didn't you, about your grandmother living here when she was young?
Great-grandmother Wilma.
Uh-huh.
Yes, I was named after her. She did live in this neighborhood, John, about 100 years ago. You know, she could have lived here.
Well, maybe she did, maybe she didn't. The point is that you spent so much of your time dreaming about this house when you were a kid that a part of your mind, well, this is my theory anyway, remembers it as if it actually happened. You get what I mean?
I think so.
Psychologists probably have a name for the process.
Yes. I mean, what you're trying to say is that I'm a little bit nutty.
Well, maybe. Anyway, I bet that's what it is. And I think that when you actually have lived here a bit, have real memories instead of fantasy ones, the whole thing will fade away.
Well, perhaps. I don't really mind. It's just funny, that's all.
Mm.
You hungry?
You bet, yeah. What's for dinner?
I don't know.
Well?
Since you're taking me out, it just depends on what restaurant you choose.
What is it, honey?
Oh, it's nothing. It's just a dream.
That was a wonderful dinner, Wilma.
Oh, yes, indeed it was.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think we should, as they say, charge our glasses and drink to Wilma and John's new house.
A wonderful idea.
Yes, so too.
To the house, which Wilma always wanted and which, courtesy of our friendly neighborhood marvel John, finally became her very own.
The house.
The house.
Long may it stand and shiver.
Stand and shiver. What on earth do you mean by that?
Oh, nothing. I was just joking.
Oh, what he means is that our dream house has a funny, shivering fit a couple of minutes before a train goes by. Even when you can't hear the train yet, the house starts shivering. John says it's something to do with the rocks.
Oh, no, let's forget it, darling.
Well,
please.
no. We should talk about it. It's nothing to be frightened of or covered up. We're adults, aren't we, John? It's just a natural phenomenon, that's all.
Oh.
Why doesn't everybody go into the living room while I pawn the coffee?
I'll help you clear
Come on,
away.
Mom. Yeah,
Oh, you needn't
sure.
bother to do that, Mary. I'm not going to do the dishes till later anyway.
No trouble. Oh, you must be very happy.
Hmm?
Were you and John in your own house, this house at last? I bet you still can't believe your luck.
Oh, I can't. You're right, Mary. It's so beautiful.
And yet, you're not happy, are you?
What do you mean?
Well, I'm not sure. It's just something that I feel.
Being silly.